What's going on, guys? Today I'm here in Miami and I'm going to be going to this really famous restaurant called Versailles, and apparently they have the most famous version of the Cuban sandwich. I also hear their guava pastries are really good, and probably a lot of their bakery items are really good, so we're going to go check it out. And I'm just here for work, so might as well stop and try something really delicious. So starting things off, I got a Cuban beer, Hatue, I think it's pronounced. It was very crisp, refreshing, and perfect thing to sip with my meal. Speaking of which, the menu is pretty large. There was a lot of stuff on it. I came here already knowing I'm gonna get the famous Cuban sandwich, and I also got some yuca croquettes. And I heard about the Cuban sandwich. It was featured on Bizarre Foods, Delicious Destinations. If you know that TV show, let me know. But let's start off with the croquettes. This came with a cilantro aioli type of sauce that was nice and tangy and creamy, and the croquettes themselves was crispy on the outside, the soft yuca, and it was filled with a picadillo style of beef. Good flavor combinations going there. I really love that sauce as well. And now onto the Cuban. This was fantastic. It was pressed, so the bread was nice and crispy on the outside, and then it was really gooey and cheesy on the inside with the salty meats. And the only thing I would say is I would maybe want just a tad bit more mustard and pickles, just because I felt like I needed a slight bit more acidity to cut through the rich meat and fatty cheese, but it was awesome. All right, guys, you ready for this? These are the pastries that I got. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what some of these are, but we're about to find out. I may or may not have started munching on the guava pastry, and it may or may not be absolutely delicious, but we'll get to that. We're gonna try all these. So first off, we got this nice guava pastry, and yeah, I already tried a little bit of this, to be honest. I got a little excited, but I'm gonna try it again because wow. Guys, this is incredible. If you can see the guava jam, or whatever you want to call it, it's still so like gooey and smooth and silky. The guava flavor is absolutely delicious. And then it's all surrounded by this light, airy, flaky puff pastry. Excellent. Very, very good. That's like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 for sure. All right, guys, next up, let's try this one here. Some sort of pastry shell or something, but it's filled with a caramel and then dusted with powdered sugar. Look at the layers, though, of that pastry. Wow. All right, guys, cheers. Interesting. This has a peculiar flavor. This caramel, I'm not sure what that flavor is, but and also, by the way, this is a couple days later, so these pastries have been in my fridge for like 2 days, so it's not necessarily the freshest, but the pastry itself is fine, but this caramel has like a weird sort of flavor to it that I can't pinpoint. The pastry tastes pretty good, lots of flaky layers, but the caramel has almost like an unpleasant flavor going on there. If it was fresh, maybe it'd be different, but if that caramel was perfect, definitely like an 8 out of 10. So that could be my fault just for not eating it fresh. So just want to throw that out there. All right, guys, next up, let's try this one here. It looks pretty similar with the pastry shell, and it has something different. I'm gonna guess that this is almost like a flan or crème brûlée type of thing, type of filling. It almost looks like a custard in the middle. Cheers. Wow. Much better than the last one. This one is, like I said, it's like a creme brulee type custard in the middle, and then it has that sort of crackly sugar. Yeah, it's like a creme brulee pastry. You get that crunch, the crunch of the sugar, and then that nice soft custard on the inside, and the flaky pastry wrapping everything together. This one is very good. I would rate this one 9 out of 10. Super, super good. It's all over my hands now. Let's try this one next. Interesting. All right, guys, so now that I'm getting a closer look at this, it does look like some sort of pâte à choux dough. Maybe it's just like some sort of éclair, I guess, right? Whoa. Okay, so it fell completely in half. Yeah, let's put that back on with a caramel topping. Cheers. Now this one Probably best eaten fresh, unlike how I'm doing it now, because the pastry dough, it's a little stale. The pastry cream on the inside, it's not that great. Again, it's probably way better fresh. Hard to rate this one, just like maybe the other one that wasn't so good. This caramel, it has that similar off-putting flavor that was in that other caramel pastry. Almost like a fermented flavor or something that's not in a good way. Which leaves us to the final pastry to try. I'm willing to bet, because it looks exactly like the other one, but chocolate version. Is another type of éclair. Looks like another éclair of some sort, if that's what they call it. I'm not sure. But yeah, pastry dough. I'm guessing there's a pastry cream inside, and then this one's topped with a chocolate coating rather than the other one was caramel. Cheers. This one I like a lot better actually than the caramel one. Dark chocolate coating. The cream inside, it tastes more silky, more moist than the other one. The other one seemed a little bit dried out, a lot looser. It's not as tight and dry. Obviously I can't really rate this one either. Can't really rate any of these that well because it's not the peak of freshness. Just a quick recap. Guava pastry, definitely get, and you can still eat it after a couple of days later. It's still very good. The other one that is very good is the crème brûlée pastry. It's very flaky, has that nice custardy center with the crackly sugar along the bottom for that crunch. Absolutely amazing. These two are very good, definitely winners. The other ones, the éclairs, maybe when they're fresh only. Whatever that caramel that they're using, I don't know if it tastes the same when it's super fresh, but it is definitely not good after 2 days. I feel like food is like my biggest passion, especially right now, and I feel like it always has been, but I haven't really fully realized that it is, just because I was almost going to school for culinary, but I was thrown off by it, by the industry, because my first job, I was a cook, and I was so stressed out, I didn't even want anything to do with it. But now with social media and everything, and people can make careers off of like food still without having to be working in that high pressure kitchen environment. That's what I'm trying to do. I hope I can succeed and just do what I love to do. Hopefully make a career out of it someday, because I love to cook, I love food, I love eating, I love everything about it. Let me know where I should go next. Also, if you want me to cook something, let me know what you want me to make. See you guys in the next video.